What's up, guys? I'm Lester, and today we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super once again. And today we're going to be talking about chapter 10 of the manga of Dragon Ball Super. And this chapter actually was one of the chapters that I can actually be happy. I mean, not happy with, but I can talk differently about. You know how every time I say that, every time I talk about these chapters, I'm always like, oh, what an awesome chapter this was. It was totally amazing. But this time I actually can talk a little in a different way, because this was one of the chapters I actually didn't like. One of the only Dragon Ball Super chapters I didn't like, because I've liked the other chapters pretty much, all of the other chapters, especially the ones that had Universe 6 arc. Actually, all the Universe 6 arc ones I've really enjoyed, but this was one that I didn't enjoy. I mean, you're probably like, oh, you probably didn't enjoy because it didn't have new stuff, so you're saying now the anime's better just because it's ahead. No, not that. It's just that well, it is that now we don't have new stuff, and the manga doesn't, manga isn't really that fresh anymore because the anime has officially gone beyond what the manga shows now. So that's one thing, and the other is this chapter wasn't like the nicest, like not a lot of crazy stuff happened, but it just didn't seem crazy. I mean, it was pretty nice, but I'm just comparing it to the others, and overall, I didn't enjoy. And I don't know if I'm still. And this manga review is gonna be a little bit shorter than average, and a little bit different. I'm not gonna talk that much because this wasn't really a chapter to really look forward to that much. I wasn't looking forward to it that much, and looks like from now on all the chapters are gonna be kind of like spoiled for us because if the anime's already gonna have this stuff. Except you, only if you don't watch the anime and you just wait for the manga, then it won't be spoiled for you. But I don't know from now on if I will do manga reviews for like the later chapters, but I'll try to. So that's why I'm doing this one. If I don't have one for chapter 11, that shouldn't be unexpected. But I am still gonna try to have reviews, but sometimes I might not. So not really biggie because right now, I'm a fan who likes to watch anime. I enjoy anime more, so of course gonna still do anime reviews. But I don't know about Dragon Ball Super manga. I don't know if I'm gonna do it anymore. So everything that happened in the chapter, pretty much, um, what happened in the anime Goku versus Goku Super Saiyan versus Frost final form. But in this fight Goku versus Frost was actually better. I mean, the overall what happened in the end was the same, like the same, but the way they took this was actually a little bit different. So the fight between Frost and Goku actually seemed a little bit nicer because in the anime it feel too much rushed and it feel like Goku had the upper hand the whole time. But in this, it actually didn't feel like that. Goku actually was, having a little bit trouble. I wouldn't really say trouble, but I'm saying Frost did try in this. In the anime, if you really looked at the fight closely, Frost was getting his butt kicked by Goku. Goku was totally beating the shit out of Frost, but in this, he was still really beating up Frost. But Frost did give Goku a little bit of a better fight in this. But in the end, the same thing happened. But remember, the way they approached it was different, and I liked it this way. But the same thing happened. Frost cheated, and he used his poison needle, and Goku was out. And then Piccolo steps in, just like the anime. That happened fast. Piccolo stepped in, and everything that happened in the anime. I'm not really gonna go into detail, but because we already know what really happened, so I'm not gonna try to go in detail. So Piccolo comes in, and this is actually where the anime takes the win. The way they did the Goku versus Frost was actually better, but the way they did Piccolo versus Frost wasn't as good because Piccolo versus Frost in the anime was rushed too, but in this it was even more rushed. Just 1 second Piccolo, steps in, the other second he's out. I know you guys can probably say, well, it's a manga, you just read. It depends on how fast you read and if you wanna, read slow or anything. But it actually, you could tell it was going fast because just 1 second Piccolo steps in and does a few punches, lands a few blows, and Frost lands a few blows, and the next second he's totally out. And the fight didn't seem that amazing to me because the part in the animated episode 34, where Piccolo got a hole through his chest. I don't think that didn't happen in this, but it was still pretty good because in the manga in this chapter Goku versus Frost was better, but in the anime Piccolo versus Frost was better. So that's, equal on both sides. I get both sides get a point. But then at the end of the chapter, pretty much the same thing happens that happened before. Piccolo loses, and it is said that Frost is cheating, and just like the anime, Frost has found to being like a bad guy kind of. But in this, he actually, there wasn't really a main focus on him being a bad guy. But it was just like, oh, he did cheating, oh yeah. And Frost, just like the anime, Frost was going, but then Vegeta steps in, and yes, and that's where the chapter ends. Vegeta is stepped in, and the fight didn't begin. So you know that's where we left off. So totally the anime's gonna be ahead, because now finally we're gonna get episode 35 this week, because by the time I'm recording this, episode 35, by the time this video is episode 35 should be on its way, pretty much there. So now we're gonna have episode 35. We are already gonna have Vegeta be doing his battles, and then episode 36 and episode 37. By the time next chapter comes, chapter 11, we're already gonna be pretty much far into the tournament. So there's no hope for the manga to catch up. So instead of trying to rush it, I think they should try to make it still exciting for the fans who actually watch it, because some fans actually watch the manga and they'll enjoy it more. So I think they shouldn't rush, because there's no way they can catch up now. I mean, unless they really make it fast, because already they're going pretty fast. So they shouldn't be that much rushed. But overall, this chapter was pretty nice. Some things were done better off in the manga in this chapter than the anime, but some things were done better in the anime, and some things were done better in this manga chapter. So it wasn't really that of an amazing manga chapter, but it was still pretty decent. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's not gonna be as long as other manga chapter reviews, but this chapter was pretty good. And let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think was better, the anime or the chapter? Overall, I enjoy the anime better. I don't know if I'm really gonna watch the manga anymore and do reviews, so sorry for that, but I will try to. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed today's review, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, leave a dislike. And yeah, guys, I guess I'll catch you down the adventure.